You're watching AFCRDTV, and today at Hayden Road, a cold Saturday afternoon, it finishes Diamonds 0, Biggleswade Town 0. The man of the match, Sam Warburton. And Sam, what can you say? Your early thoughts after the game today, a 0-0 draw?
Disappointed to obviously not come away with the 3 points. Thought first half we done well, and then second half we sort of didn't really get going, and then as soon as they went down to 10 men, the quality didn't really step up, and for me, we've not tested the keeper enough. So, but on a positive note, it is a clean sheet, so it gives us something to build on.
Well, right, for Biggleswade in the 64th minute is Robert Parker receiving a second yellow. Of course, that means a red card, and you feel like Diamonds maybe then will get a winning goal, you know, being a man advantage.
Yeah, we didn't really take advantage of that, in my honest opinion. We went too long too quickly instead of trying to play through the thirds. And it's sort of the chance we've got to take in the sort of run we're in at the moment. But yeah, got to build on it now.
I've heard differing opinions on that sometimes a team, when they're a man down, they play even better and it can be an advantage. Or what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, they become harder to break down, but in our case, we've got an extra man. If our quality is better on the ball, we maybe create more chances to test their keeper. But on a different day, we'll never know, I suppose.
Well, it's a good result for the back four, and of course, goalkeeper Dean Snetker, like you said a moment ago, keeping a clean sheet. That's reassuring.
Yeah, we've not had many this season, to be fair, so it's good for us to sort of try and build on. I mean, Tuesday night even, we were really strong at the back, and we just sort of got sucker punched late on. But it's nice to come away, most importantly, with a clean sheet today.
Thankfully, no sucker punch in today's game.
No, yeah, that wouldn't have been great, would it?
So it's a point for each side, and who knows, that point might come invaluable later in the season.
Yeah, it's just we've stopped the losing rot. We've just got to go to Stratford now on Tuesday night with a bit of positivity, and sooner or later our luck's going to turn and we're going to start picking up more points again.
Very good. Well, this is my first time to interview you, Sam, on AFCRDTV, so I always like to ask players, is there a favorite player you had when you were growing up as a kid, and maybe what team do you support?
No, I don't really support a team. I'm just sort of a neutral football fan.
Ah,
so
yes.
Don't really have a favourite player. Just enjoy the game.
Okay, that's a nice non-committal answer, but okay, your favorite team is AFC Rushden Diamonds, and hopefully we'll get a good result at Stratford Town.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks.
No worries.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bruce and Sam. I'm now here with manager Andy Peaks. Andy, a goalless draw for the Diamonds today. What's your overall assessment of the game?
Obviously another one, disappointed that we haven't won the game, if I'm being really honest. Obviously at home, you want to pick 3 points up against a team like Biggleswade, who say they've had some good results recently, but we're at home. I thought it was always going to be tough after the whammy the other night, and the last 2 games conceding late goals and getting beat in games I thought we'd done well in at certain periods. So took a slightly different approach today with Ben Diamond to try and get us to pass the ball through the thirds. Slightly different strategy, which I thought first half we played well. I thought we played in some good areas. I thought Ben's movement was really good. I thought we got in good areas down the outside, especially down the left-hand side. And overall was quite happy first half without, again, carving out any particular chances.
Yeah, it was similar to Tuesday, wasn't it? We seemed to have a lot of the ball, played well through the thirds, but again, it was just lacking that bit of creativity and that potency in the final third, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was exactly the first half. I thought we were on top, really. I thought we got the ball down. We didn't just go long. We won the physical battle in the fact we then did pass it across the back and went into midfield, got people on the ball. So without actually scoring a goal and creating a great deal, I thought we played some good stuff. And second half, it was more of the same. But unfortunately, second half, I don't really think we got going at all.
So what was the half-time message at the break? Obviously, Diamonds playing well, just needing that little bit extra in the final third, I suppose.
Yeah, it was like, can we up it a little bit more? First and foremost, I've seen it. We needed a clean sheet, which I'm glad we got today. I'm glad we got that. So we didn't want to go gun ho. We wanted to, keep doing what we was doing. I think they come out slightly different. Biggleswade, I think they tried to mix it up. They were a little bit more physical. They shut us down a little bit more and stopped us passing it. And so we huffed and puffed for a little bit. And then, we had the sending off. And unfortunately, then everyone thinks 10 men is going to be a lot easier, which it's only easier if you pass the ball. And I didn't think we passed it nowhere near well enough. I changed the shape, brought Shanks on, went 4-4-2. to try and get wide and have someone closer to Ben Diamond rather than, so he was on his own. But it seemed really, which was not the message it should have been, that we need to pass the ball. We seemed to go too long for me. The last 20-25 minutes we went too long, which didn't hurt them, and it sort of played into their hands a little bit.
Obviously, Biggleswade were reduced to 10 men in that second half, and I suppose it was just a shame we couldn't create as much as we could have after that.
Yeah, look, we've just spoke about it in there. That's not the style I asked them to play. They know that. I think it's a nervous thing as well, Joe. You know, they've not picked up points they wanted to. They know no one's particularly pleased, you know, that we haven't picked the points up, and I suppose the pressure starts to mount. You need to get a goal, and you perhaps get a little bit too desperate, which we didn't need to do. We still need to find pockets and play through the thirds, and we didn't. You know, we sort of bring Shanks on it as if, oh, let's go long to Shanks. That's not what we want, really. I still want the centre backs to get it and play to full backs and play into midfield and play through the thirds, and we sort of didn't do that, and we lost their way a little bit. Which was disappointing. But again, I think it's a pressure thing. I think everyone's so desperate for us to win on and off the pitch, which, why wouldn't you be? And I think that got into the players a little bit today, and I said, don't do that. It's not, you know, don't feel that pressure. Still relax. The goals will come, you know, as and when, but you can't go to as direct as we did.
You mentioned the clean sheet a moment ago. It's the second league clean sheet of the season. I suppose the challenge now is to just crack the formula and get the goals at the other end.
Absolutely. We're looking at stuff, you know, different strategies all the time, how we can get the most out of the group we've got. You know, we know we're limited resources-wise compared to some clubs. We know that, but I believe I've got a good group. I still keep saying they'll get better and better. You know, we're finding a way to play. They're learning. You know, second half today, we played too many square passes. We're our own worst enemy at times by giving square passes and almost inviting them in. And we have to learn quickly. But say there's a lot of young kids in the team who will only get better and better. I've said all season it will be tough, and we'll pick up the points as and when we can. And yeah, I'm disappointed in the last 4 home games. We've not picked the points that I wanted us to pick up. But you know, Stratford's a different challenge. We go there, perhaps not quite as fancied. It might be a completely different game, and we might go and get a result there. And you know, it was always going to be tough today after the last 2 disappointments, because that hurt them. You know, this group, they're young kids. They work the socks off. You can never say they don't give their all. And I thought they did that again today. And coming today against a team like Biggleswade, who've had some good results. You know, at home again, bit of pressure. We have to go and win. They could easily have got rolled again today. They didn't. We took a point. I'm disappointed. Of course I'm disappointed. I want us to be more. You know, the other night we created a lot more than we did today. But we have to take it and we move on.
Moving on then, as you mentioned, we're back on the road this Tuesday facing Stratford Town. Have you got any early thoughts about that match?
Yeah, I've got a couple of reports on them. Again, we'll look at it and we'll look at the strategy that, you know, I feel we can hurt them. And it won't just be going long and direct all the time. I mean, Ben Diamond, for me, changed the dynamics. You know, he dropped in and he got it to feet. He can still head it, but his movement was really good. And because it was him up there and not Shanks, I think we shortened their game up. We have to do that. We've got wide players. I thought Connor was excellent first half. Sam Warburton, I thought he got down the outside really well. And, you know, we have to look at Stratford. I've got a couple of reports to go through, and we'll pick a team to go there and get a result.
Just one final question from me. It was announced today that AJ George has signed for the club. What will he bring to the club?
Yeah, he's another wide player. He's only literally come in on Tuesday. I wanted to get him involved with the squad today. He's not done loads of training, so he's won for the next few weeks, I think. But he'll give us something a little bit different. And you know, it was a good addition. We've had a couple obviously leave in the last week or so, or 10 days, for various reasons. So yeah, he'll come in, he'll add to the numbers. I'm hopeful Rorell's going to be in and around the next couple of weeks. He's had a few personal issues, and I respect that, and he thinks he's ready to come back, so that'll give us another massive lift, because he's the sort of player who perhaps would have got us a goal the last 2 games. So, you know, we've had some, you know, hurdles in front of us, but you know, I'm still confident what we've got. You know, look at the last week, 2 weeks, the teams we've played. You know, I'm confident we can take points, 100%.
Absolutely. Cheers for your time, Pete, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Cheers, Joe.